episode 13. It's Mckie.
It's K Rules.
Let's go.
All right, so let's get right into it. Go ahead and plug the social medias, G.
It's the Laundromat Show. On Facebook, it's the Laundromat Show. On Instagram, we're just a Laundromat Show, and on Twitter, on Instagram we the Laundromat Show, and on Twitter we're Laundromat Show. So just follow us. If you're watching this video on YouTube, subscribe to the channel.
As you can see, we got ourselves in the background. That's our name. Go ahead and subscribe. So let's get right into the black businesses. Who you got, G?
For my black business, I got my man Sabri Thompson. He has a YouTube channel, and he's a fitness instructor. His business is called BodiedByBreeze. So he runs classes at some gym. I gotta find that out. I gotta find out where his gym is at. But he be running morning classes. He has a YouTube channel. So subscribe to BodiedByBreeze on YouTube. You've seen that's my guy from high school. You've seen won a couple state chips together.
Quarantine.
Oh, he went to Sanford?
Yeah, he went to Sanford. He was a hooper.
Definitely gave you word.
Shout out to my guy Sabri.
Go ahead, let's go.
I want to shout out my homie Ajere. She just started a fashion boutique called Undaunted Boutique.
Okay.
You can follow her at Shop Undaunted. Shop Undaunted on Instagram, _ in the middle of that. And so it's her first venture as an entrepreneur. And I'm just supporting homie.
Yo, let me also say this too. For my man Sabri on Instagram, he's Real Estate Breeze. So he's also a real estate what's the title, bro? A real estate agent, yeah. So he can help you get your crib, get you in shape.
Get you in shape.
He's a good dude, dog. He's a good dude, bro. Yeah, he's straight. Yeah, Real Estate Breeze.
I'm gonna keep it in the family for mine. My little bro B Mckie, his album is officially available for pre-sale.
Yes, sir.
So if you go on iTunes, type in B Mckie, MCKIE, and type in his album title Ambition. Go ahead and pre-order that. He got 5 dope tracks on there, and it comes out on October 30th. So I think you guys are like
five dope tracks, bro. That's how you selling the album. Dope tracks.
5 dope joints.
Yeah, that's
some people just have 5 tracks.
Yeah, I feel you. Shout out to B.
Well, we're gonna jump right into this or that. So, first question. So, would you rather be married to somebody and after 12 years find out that your kid is not yours? Okay. Or would you rather find out 12 years into a marriage that you have a kid with somebody who's not your partner?
Go ahead first, Lee.
Shit. I hate when I go first. I'd rather marry. I'd rather find out the child not mine after 12 years. No, I'd rather have a new child come in.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I'd be way more hurt to find out that the child not mine after 12 years than I would be finding out I got a new child.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree, bro. After 12 years, bro, I don't want to find out that kid that I've been taking care of, spending money on, taking to the park, ain't my
playing catch.
Playing catch, and you know what I'm saying? He don't look like me, but I never really knew for sure. I would rather, for sure, somebody come to me and be like, yo, this your kid that I got, this 12-year-old over here. I definitely would want that. Cause then I would just bring him into my family.
I don't want it. I don't want it.
This might be the one.
Over the other situations. Yeah.
Out of the choices. This might be the time that one of the few times that we all agree. I'm going with finding out that I have a kid by somebody else having been there for 12 years. I definitely don't want somebody to come to me. I'd rather come to them. Better you than me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
And I look at it like this too, cause some boys is probably in relationships with they probably got dumb kids with this one girl or whatever, and they don't really rock with her, and they be like, dang, I got all my kids by this one person. So you never know. You be happy, dang, I got a kid from somebody else. You know what I mean? Maybe he taller than all your other kids. You might be happy. I would just bring the kid into my family for real.
I mean, you still gotta. Bring the kid into your family. You gotta kind of finesse that with your wife.
Yeah, you gotta figure that out.
That's the hard part.
That's nobody's going for that. Well, not nobody.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
But
if you innocent in the situation and the girl just never told you that was your kid, and then after 12 years she pops up on you, that's not really your fault.
Yeah.
You would have to explain that to your girl. Look, I didn't have nothing to do with this.
So
she
wait,
kept
hold on.
it.
Is the kid 12?
Well, I was going off the scenario.
because just because you've been married for 12 years, I doubt people meet each other and get married. So either way, you're wrong.
Yeah.
So you're in the wrong.
That's true.
No, to me,
you didn't know. In this scenario, you didn't know at all that you had even the possibility of having a child.
I understand, but that means you was dealing with somebody else while you was with your wife who wasn't your wife. At
How you know when you got married?
Oh no,
I'm
taking the scenario let's say it was your past girl or somebody you was dealing with.
Also, you're 20.
It could be anything.
Bro, 12 is a long time.
He said married for 12 years.
No.
See, we fucking up our own scenario, bro. Let's
just
just say we agree, Let's just go to see, bro. See how Ant, bro. We agree, yeah. I'd rather the kid come in my life. What's the next joint, Brody?
We gonna go Would you rather be a millionaire with no possibility of having a wife or children? I guess it's for the guys. Or if a woman not having a husband. Or would you rather have a wife and children with a regular 9 to 5?
In this scenario, I'm gonna keep it a bean. I would rather have a wife and children. So I'll take the regular 9 to 5 and grind and have the possibility of having a family. Like, I'd rather have that. I don't want to be alone with money.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, damn. I was gonna go the other way until she said.
Go ahead, bro.
No, bro, because at the end of the day, I got a girl. She'll beat me up if I pick the other one. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna keep the home happy and go having wife with children, regular 9 to 5 money.
Well, let's look at it like this, bro. Would she be mad if you just can't marry her and she just can't have children? Then you.
When we up, like that's cool. Listen.
Yeah, basically.
You can do that.
Bro,
In this scenario, you can do that.
If you found that kind of loophole, then yeah, for sure.
That's the job.
That's the
So
one.
she would be cool with that, like not having no children. Y'all can't get married, but y'all can be millionaires.
Yeah, can we adopt?
No children. Like you can't
All right,
have a
we
family.
can have a bunch of
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a whole little zoo
Bunch of cats.
In the words of the great Michael Jordan, man, fuck them kids. I'm taking $1 million, man. I'm going with the $1 million, man. Fuck all that.
So you taking $1 million?
Yeah.
Word?
Well, not
Just
a
$1
million.
million,
No. I'll be $1 million. My
Oh, all right.
Being
I'm about to say,
Million-
not
millionaire.
$1 million.
$1 million.
Word?
Nah, yeah, I'm taking that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I do want a family. I do want kids. Like that's a big deal for me. So
Yeah, I got cousins that
I respect it.
You got cousins that be going. All
I
right,
respect
bro.
it. I respect it.
All right, bro. Next joke, man.
All right. So in typical Negro fashion, a lot of us either want to rap or go to the league. So if you had a choice to be a professional in either field, a professional rapper or a professional basketball player, which one would you pick?
Hold up. First, let's have some parameters real quick.
I was about to ask that.
We're not talking
The
like
NBA.
we're talking an average NBA career versus having an average professional rap career.
Wait,
Where
average.
where you're not like you're not Drake, you're not Hov and all them niggas, but
Gotcha.
you are still you have a really good lane where you are. You have a fan base. You have a good following.
Okay.
You got shows.
So you're a middle of the pack professional athlete, whether it's the NFL, NBA, MLB,
Yep,
whatever,
yep.
and you're a middle of the pack rapper.
Yeah.
That's easy to
But
do.
but those are two different things because even just middle of pack in their respective fields, they make different amounts of money. So are we gonna keep the
Even
same?
the top of the
Wait.
fields make a lot of
That's
different
not
money.
true. That's not entirely. That's why now do your jump before we get into that. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was gonna say because if you a middle of the pack athlete, like an NBA player, let's say that, you're gonna be making probably more than a middle of the pack rapper.
Depending on like when I say middle of the pack, these middle of the pack rappers still have like they do
Middle of the
shows like
But they're not. Sometimes they're not millionaires. They still can be considered. So I'm saying,
Listen, some of these average NBA niggas don't be millionaires.
So
for
he's
the
talking
most
about-
part,
so
they
he's-
are.
And they-
Okay, I
they
know
live in
what
Jamaica
level
and
he's
Shake
talking
Shack.
about.
Like, you see what I
I
mean?
wouldn't call that middle of the pack.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, the people who
Like,
don't,
the
who aren't
minimum-
guaranteed
Yeah, not the
international-
guaranteed
Yeah.
joints. You
Okay.
mean like that
Like people
kind
who
of
are fighting their way in the
Yeah,
NBA.
Okay, yeah, that's like the lower end, yeah,
Yeah.
because the lower end of the league, they're making probably a little bit less than $1 million,
Yeah.
which is more than a lot of rappers. Keep it being. So I'm saying we should probably keep the money the same.
But let's say, okay, let's make it interesting.
If the money's the same,
the
okay.
money can make it complicated.
Yeah.
So let's take money out. Let's just
That's
take
what I'm saying.
lifestyle.
Lifestyle, that's what I'm
Would
saying.
you rather have a professional rapper lifestyle or a professional athlete lifestyle?
I'm going with the professional athlete. I like the structure. You know what I'm saying? They stay in shape every day. You know what I'm saying? They not on. You wouldn't think that they're on nonsense as much as rappers is out here. I would go with that. I don't know. I feel like rappers probably have more fun though. So that's tough.
I would pick the rapper.
Why, bro?
First of all, I just feel like I gotta think about money when I talk about the scenario because I feel like a rapper can make money longer than an athlete can.
That's
I
true.
said
Yes,
they
they
can
can
make
have
money.
it.
I didn't say they do. I
Yeah,
said
they
they
have
can
it.
make money.
That's true.
Longer than an athlete can, just by having that strong base, being able to change and morph to that, and have a good craft that way. But I'm picking the rapper just because it just looks more fun.
In what ways, bro? What they be doing that's more fun? They be getting what?
Like, no, it's not even like 'cause NBA niggas get girls too. So,
Yeah.
NFL niggas, so it's not like the girls. But like in the NBA,
They have more
bro,
time to hang with girls, maybe.
That's a fact.
It's
Maybe.
like sometimes when you're in the season, you can't turn up. Like you might win a game at 45.
Yeah.
But y'all got a game, you got a back to back in 2 days. You can't even do what you want to do. But let's say you have a show, a crazy show, you still let John out. You can get lit for a week.
Yeah.
Or you can get lit that
I
night.
was about to say you be lit at the show.
Right, and then the next day
Yeah.
at the same show.
Yeah.
Like,
So you being a rapper?
Yeah, I pick the rapper.
I'm super interested in your answer because you a rapper and you a hooper.
I'm not a rapper.
Big Tony, come on, bro. You got like 9 tracks.
I know, bro. He got all these
You got
songs and he's
enough
not a
to-
rapper.
And got a
I'm
whole.
a rapper. I'm
You're not a rapper?
I'm made as a rapper.
But you made rap songs.
Are you gonna be Mckie
Yeah.
new album?
Yes.
He's a rapper. He's a rapper out here.
Honestly, if we're going, I mean, if we put the money back in play, I'm obviously gonna go with the professional athlete, hands down. But if you take money out, just lifestyle, I feel like the music lifestyle kind of fits me best. It's kind of on your own schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really where I struggled once I got to college and basketball was like everything was to do this, then you do that, then you do that.
Structure.
I kind of like moved it on my own time. So college basketball really kind of like wasn't for me. So me personally, I would take the rapper lifestyle.
Rapper lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You lost that one, Cheese.
Yeah. I lost. what I want though.
And then last one, last this or that is we're going to go Kyla Pratt versus Raven Simone. That's everything as far as like acting roles, shows, what they contributed to as black women in that field.
Well, if we
Just
talking
culture.
If we talking culture, I think it's pretty. I think it would be easy. You gotta go Raven.
Easy? I don't know.
I
bro.
think it's
She's a
easy.
bigger name.
You figure
She's
she come from the Cosby Show.
Yeah.
That's
Cosby
true.
Show.
True.
She has That's So Raven.
True.
She's part of the Cheetah Girls.
Okay.
Why am I like people niggas gonna think, oh, he's Raven Simone fan for real?
Right, bro, we grew up on that shit.
No, I know, but like she did all those types of things, like, and we like she's like one of those like original childhood stars for real, especially in the black community.
I'm gonna go Kyla Pratt in this one because for the same reasons, I feel like she's one of the original child stars. They're like a year apart in age.
Are they
Raven,
really?
yeah, Raven just came out on the Cosby Show, and she's had a role maybe earlier, but they're a year apart in
You've
age.
seen, yeah, it would make you think she's older because you've seen her before.
Okay.
Kyla Pratt has she's fucking Penny Proud, bro.
That's
and,
true.
And Power Family had Beyonce and Solange and Destiny's Child singing their intro, bro. That's crazy to me.
That's true.
She was in Dr. Dolittle with Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
She had One on One, which is on Netflix now. They had like a 5-6 year run.
My guy Flex Washington.
And that joint ran right as long as That's What Raven did. That
Yeah,
One on One
yeah.
did. So
That show's better than
I think it's better than That's What
it's,
Raven.
it's not more popular. but
not more
better.
popular.
I think it's a better show.
I don't know. That's Raven's kind. They kind of.
One on One is on Netflix right now. Go watch that shit. I promise it's better.
No.
than
I was heavy one on one.
That shit good,
Heavy
bro.
one on one. Like I said, Flex is my guy.
Speaking of Netflix, real quick before we talk about One on One more, Half and Half is on Netflix now. So
Oh, they just put it up.
I rock with the main
That's
character.
my
I
shit.
don't know what her name was,
I
but
forget her
I
name
like
too.
her.
I just watched that shit.
No, I like the sister, Essence Atkins. I know her name. I know her name.
She was on Marlon. They got a new show too, bro.
Yeah.
On Netflix.
That John didn't
That
go that
joint funny,
long.
bro.
She had a joint with her. She always in the TV show. She always in the TV show.
Yeah, she is.
They be rocking
Keep
with
a
her.
job. Keep a job. But I'm picking Kyla Pratt to get back what we were talking about.
Kyla Pratt.
Where you at, man?
In full disclosure, you didn't even remember who Kyla Pratt was?
Yeah,
when
he
you
did.
did,
He was like, yo, who's Kyla Pratt?
Damn, y'all gonna do it.
Yeah,
I wasn't gonna say that, bro.
I gotta put it out there, bro.
It
She
was
was
one
trying
of-
to win a
Cause
point.
he tried to think about it. I'm like, he didn't even know who this is.
It was one of those things for me, and I know everybody has an actor or actress like that, where you know all the movies they're in, you know their face,
Yeah.
but you just can't put a name to it. So
Okay.
once they told me who she was, what she did, I'm like, oh, okay, that's her. And I'm gonna actually go with Kyla Pratt just because her work stood more with me.
Got
I'm
you.
Speaking for myself.
Got you.
I
That's
watched
true.
101 more than That's So Raven.
That's true.
All the Proud family.
The joint I remember her from, last thing on her is her role in Friday when she was like the young boy outside the ice cream truck.
That was her?
No,
Yeah,
that was
she-
making good.
No, that wasn't her, bro.
Oh.
Damn.
That was
Megan
Megan good, bro.
Oh my
That
God,
was
no
Megan
way.
good. I'm wildin'. My fault,
Naming
Kyla.
anybody.
Yeah, that's my fault. But she's in something though. She's in a
Kyla
bunch
Pratt.
of childhood
she's in
stuff.
bro, she was in Living Single growing up. She was in
Okay.
she can't be on a Smart Guy.
Damn.
I was watching all these shows like the past year because we ain't had shit else to do but watch TV.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I've been seeing her in a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Sister, she was in that shit.
Sister. All right, yeah. Yeah, I'm taking Raven. I'm definitely taking Raven. But shout out to both of them. You know, saying they did a lot for the culture. To move on, man. I guess this is kind of personal. I guess. I definitely want to. A tragedy kind of happened recently. For a kid named Wamp. From Bloomsburg University, the school that we went to. Recently, he was tragically murdered. In Philadelphia, and I guess I want to get y'all opinions on. You know, we from the Philadelphia area. Leak, you lived there for the most out of all of us. Like, what are your opinions on what's going on right now in the city? Because from what I'm seeing and what I've looked up, Philadelphia is on pace for its worst year since 2007 in terms of homicides and things like that.
This shit is bad, bro. Like every day, all night, all you hear is gunshots every couple of minutes, and like most of the time, niggas don't get hit and just be shooting. But you check the 911 Philly page. Like I checked that joint, and I don't try to check it too often because it's kind of depressing. But when I check that shit, it's usually like 4 dudes in my neighborhood that like live in the area that have been killed, and it's like these kids be like 15, 17 years old, and it make you think like, yo, where are the old heads? Like, who is teaching whatever the fuck's going on out there? Like, what's going on? And like a lot of people be scared to go outside, and it's just real bad. I saw a video, it actually went viral on WorldStar. Dude was in a laundromat, in the vending machine. Somebody just walked up, shot him in the back of the head, ran out. They was in Philly. So like, I honestly, I'm at a point where I'm not leaving Philly no time soon because I love living here. But like if I have kids and shit, bro, or when I have kids, we might gotta go.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to raise your children in the city. And let me make it clear because I didn't intro that well at all. Rest in peace to Jawan Mason. His nickname was Juwan, and we had dealings with him in Bloomsburg University. Rest in peace to him. And our condolences to his family. What you think, Ant? Like, what's your opinions on what's going on? To me, do you think it's like it's a correlation between the violence that's happening in the city and everything that's going on in the world as far as COVID? Like, do you think like there's been a spike in crime because of that?
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, I'd like to say my condolences to Wam. I had a pretty decent relationship with him from playing intramurals in Bloomsburg, so I used to see him like every day at the rec center. He was a real good guy, a real humble guy, so that was a shame what happened. So prayers to his family. As far as what you're saying, I do think it is a direct correlation. I just always feel like when there's desperation, there's crime. So like, a lot of people are losing their jobs. It's hard to get jobs. Like it's already bad in the city, but like when you make things worse, people get a little bit more drastic.
Mm-hmm.
So I think everything's just heightened right now.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
I think it's also the perks, the opioids. Like,
everybody's on drugs.
Niggas just perk out to stop feeling and forget about what happened to their homie that got killed last week. So they load their body up and they go load a gun up and shoot somebody else. Like, shit bad, man.
Yeah,
it's real bad.
Bad in the city. It's real bad. But
I'm seeing a lot of the numbers when I was doing the research on a lot of stuff. They were saying like Philly's on par to reach 450 homicides this year.
Yeah.
And already I think it's about around 356 homicides this year, which is more than what it was the entire year last year.
Yeah.
So the homicides are up 40% from what I'm seeing.
Already? It was October?
Yeah, October. So we still have a few months, which is just, that's terrible.
Man.
I guess coming like, being from a city, and I want to get y'all opinion on this, like, when someone says you have to be street smart, like, what do they mean by that? Like, what does that mean to y'all? I'm not looking this way.
For me, being street smart, and what it meant growing up is just kind of always being aware was like the blanket statement, right, or the blanket thought process there, because growing up in Philly and any kind of neighborhood, really the ones that the urban neighborhoods that we live in, you can't just be kind of lollygagging and it's 10:30 at night, you walking down the street with headphones on and shit, like, because people will fuck with you just because. Mm-hmm. Around here, and it's crazy. Even if that might be your neighborhood, you might know them people. They might get a bad blunt. They want to fuck with you today.
Mm-hmm. So you think that's an issue, bro? Like just crimes against the innocent, like?
Yeah, like it's real bad, man. It's real bad. Crime against the innocent, and any of my homies that like I don't have any friends that do shit like that. Like, I have homies that are in the street, like are street niggas, but like they don't tolerate or preach murdering and shooting up innocent shit. They doing what they gotta do to survive. It's a big difference. I think that people gotta draw a line in the sand for it.
Got you. What you think, Ant?
To his last point, I agree with him, but I kind of veer off on a certain thing. I don't really think it's directly like crimes on the innocent. I think there's like specific things that people are trying to do. It's just done recklessly, and it goes back to your fact, where it's like, where are the old heads? Yeah. Because it's like, if you got a problem with this person and y'all going through it, you deal with this person. Not, oh, we can't find him, we shooting his block up.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Or like, we not even like we didn't even plan it. We just saw him in the mall, so now we just let innocent. So I think it's just recklessness, because like everybody's doing this. All these people were kind of like involved in these things. If you notice, if you're watching all these pages, are like young. So I feel like it's just recklessness and immaturity.
Yeah, it's either I've seen, it's crazy. I've really seen lately either young, 15, 16, 14-year-old niggas or 34, 36. Like they just got released and been in jail for 12 years for like credit card theft or something petty. And now they come out and they're fucking cold-blooded murderers going right back.
Yeah. I agree with that, Ant, as far as just people being reckless and not really directing their
anger, whatever you want to
with their anger and feelings toward it's not the correct people, but the people they're aiming for. And then instead, you got children getting shot and people just getting hurt, you know what I mean, randomly.
And I don't think everything doesn't deserve, like, I be wondering, like,
fact.
Everything don't deserve, pulling out a gun. Even if somebody did something to you, like, everything don't deserve shooting somebody. You feel me? Like, I just don't understand the thought process.
Yeah.
That's what it goes back into, where it's like, who's teaching these people, who's raising these people.
Yeah, like, what's the
rules? At the end of the day, you can only blame the young people so much, because it's like, I know at a time when I was 15, 16, I wasn't shooting people, but I was immature, and I handled situations way more aggressively than I should. And like looking back, I'm like, I was like dumb. Like, why would I do that? We could have just talked it out, blah, blah, blah. But they're not going to figure that out on their own.
You ain't shoot nobody 3 times in the head. How you figure it out?
Luckily for me, I had older people in my corner who told me, like, there's a right way to do things, there's a wrong way to do things. Like, hey, before you do anything, sit on it for 2 days. If you feel the same way, do it. If you don't, then
do y'all feel like the people that are, we're not really even a generation really apart from the 15, 6-year-old kids that's doing all this shit. We're not that far apart, but do y'all feel like more of us should try to be kind of the old heads? Because we always say, and I always hear people around our age saying that we're the old heads and shit like that. Maybe someone might have to step up.
That's a good question. I would say yes, but not in the traditional sense. I think a lot of people in our generation and the people who are younger than us are kind of tired of the older people. Hearing the older people just talk.
More like a big brother.
Because you hear them talk, but now a lot of times when you watch their actions, it doesn't really match what they're saying. Yeah. Or they're talking and they might be saying the right thing, but you're looking at them and you don't necessarily want to be them, so you're not listening to them. So I think it's our job to succeed and show our success and show like, hey, you can do it in multiple ways. That way when we do speak, they'll be like, oh, like I see Ant, I see Cheese, I see Esco. Oh, they get money from this. Oh, it's all illegal. Like now we hold credibility.
Now they want to be like us.
People for no reason.
That was good, bro. You could be a politician with that answer.
To bring that back a little bit, Womp kind of had made that transition. He had moved out. He wasn't living in Philly no more.
I heard.
He was living out Bloom. To be away from that shit. Yeah. So and he was doing. I heard he was working with kids or some shit. Like, he was doing. He was doing the right shit basically.
Right.
And you come home.
And that's what kind of, when I was reading, the situation and seeing the news and all that, that's what kind of struck me, because he did seem like, from the limited time that I saw him, like he was a solid guy, doing what he was supposed to do, like you said, trying to stay out of trouble. And that's what's messed up to me, is because, you can put forth that effort and, a certain environment can still, harm you. You know what I mean? You can still come into harm's way in a certain environment. And that's a shame. Yeah, I was super, super sick about that, just reading that story. You know what I mean? Were there any instances where, like, we spoke about being street smart. Were there any instances in your guys' life where, you being street smart may have, like, kept you safe in a certain instance?
Too many to count.
Yeah.
Too many to count. Too many to count. For instance, we told a story on the podcast in our first season a while ago about the cop when we got pulled over. That was being street smart. Me staying as calm as I did probably kept me from getting a bullet in my head, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm cause you know how my actual personality is really aggressive. I would get hyped if somebody was coming to you like that.
Yeah.
I didn't do that shit.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, this is a cop, he got a gun. I was like, all right. What's up, officer? You gotta be like, I feel like that was just, shit, that shit was funny.
And I think the reason I brought that up is because, I lived in Philly for a little bit, but I've lived most of my life in Delaware. I moved out Delaware when I was young. So, to be honest, this situation, when I was reading it, and obviously I don't know the particulars of what happened or whatever, but just reading it, it made me think about certain times where maybe I was a little less observant than I should have been. Being so that because I didn't, I haven't always lived in Philly or whatever. So a lot of times, like, I'm visiting family or whatever, and I think everything is sweet. I can just, drive to certain places and drive to cribs because I'm just visiting family. And then things could have happened to me because maybe I'm not as observant or as, on point as I should have been. For example, one time, I'm coming to Philly or whatever. I'm trying to visit my pop. I'm thinking everything's sweet. It's like 2:00 on a Saturday. He lives in like a neighborhood in North Philly. So, you know, I'm listening to music, yada, yada, yada. I pull up to his crib. There's cops outside the crib. I'm still like, whatever. I don't know what's going on, yada, yada, yada. I'm still, you know what I mean? I get up to the door. My pop opened the door. He like, yo. He like snatched me in the crib. I'm like, yo, what's up, guys? I'm trying to see what's up with you. What's going on? He like, yo, somebody had just shot up his crib. Literally, like, not his crib, and he wasn't in nothing. But they shot up the neighborhood like 5-10 minutes before him. So I'm driving around this neighborhood and whatever, thinking everything cool, blasting music. And 5 minutes earlier, you know, God forbid, it could have been bad. You know what I mean? And I think that situation and hearing about this story with Womp, unfortunately, it opened my eyes to just, you know, you gotta be on point out here. You know what I mean?
And even if you are,
it could be bad.
Because there's like, it's no discretion.
There's no discretion. You're right, man. So I definitely wanted to speak on that, get y'all viewpoint on that. Rest in peace to Jawan Mason, Womp. He seemed like a real good dude. He was a good dude. So our condolences to his family.
Real quick, before we move on from this, you said something about how you don't think about how much danger you might be in. You didn't say it like that. That's kind of what you were getting at.
Right. Kind of like oblivious.
Being more lax.
And I was thinking, actually thinking that in the Uber ride over here because I saw on Twitter some girl that I followed went viral last night because some Uber driver in Philly had he like turned off the Uber meter or some shit and was like taking her friend somewhere and wouldn't lock the doors and shit, would let him out and shit like that. And when I was in the Uber over here, I was thinking I was like just on my phone, you know, playing, sweeping and shit, playing games and shit. And like while I was on Twitter, I came across that tweet again. And I'm like, damn, I'm sitting here oblivious because I'm a big man. I'm in a car in this Uber not paying attention. These girls almost got kidnapped 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And like, when you said that, it made me think like, damn, you know, like the parallels are really crazy between like how women might feel in the same situations we might feel, and how, you know, we're oblivious to shit versus them being oblivious is like life threatening.
Yeah.
Where we might be all right.
We can take certain things for granted. Like you can be on Twitter and just not be paying attention in the Uber. And women, they obviously can't do that.
Like when my girl goes somewhere, I make her send me her Lyft or Uber jump every time.
Yeah.
Right? If she go without me. If I go somewhere, I don't text her until I've been there for 30 minutes. She don't care.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah. Do you think you should now make the effort to do that? Like just to be, you know?
No.
No.
I'm fine. But she gonna keep texting
me. Okay. That's a
I'm gonna get
point.
back in somebody's car and be like, where you going, nigga?
Hey, bro. Hey, you never know, bro.
Sock pull head off, bro.
Yeah, all right, bro. You never know.
Sure, man. What they gonna kidnap me for?
You never know. But yeah, man, move on, man. Let's get into something else. Leak, you brought up this segment, bro. So I'm gonna let you lead the way, bro. What's this segment called, bro?
Oh, this the joint. Watched or Folded.
Watched or Folded.
All right.
Explain this joint for the people, bro.
So Watched or Folded, basically, we get a lot of questions all of the time about, you know, what is the laundromat? What is the laundromat? What is the laundromat? We don't do laundry. We don't wash money. We not like them kind of, dry cleaners. But the wash and fold segment means, you know, we pick people who are washed meaning, you know, they just old lame, just some corny shit, something like that. Or folded meaning you took a bad L, or you just look out here looking bad. So I only want to do a couple of these a week because.
So are we going to debate? Are you going to give us a scenario? Are we going to debate if they was washed or folded? Like how we doing this?
Or is it already off top? They folded and we just discussed.
What's up?
Let me see. Well, y'all can decide what y'all want to do. We can do that right now because I can figure it out on the fly.
Let's debate it.
You want to debate?
Yeah, let's debate.
Yeah,
we debate it.
Sometimes I think it's going to be both.
Okay.
So for this first one, I'm going to say his name, I'm going to say the scenario,
Okay.
and y'all let me know.
All right, bet.
Mike Pence.
Oh, God. You don't even got to explain the Oh, sorry.
So,
I just folded.
See, that's a fool right there.
That's a fool right there. Y'all can see. You know what I'm saying?
Right on brand.
Oh my gosh. All right, yeah.
Anyway, bro, Mike Pence. Other night they had a what was it? Debate. And he had a friend just take a seat on his dome for a good part of that election, right?
Yeah.
Y'all saw it, right? The fly.
Yeah, the fly was on Mike Pence's head.
What do you guys think? Is you think that he's so washed and dead that he let this fly on his head, or did his team fold? Did he and his team fold by letting this fly just showing his dome like this?
All right, let me go ahead. His team folded, bro.
What they supposed to do though? Like slap his head?
Bro.
Buzz him in.
Bro.
Hey, yo,
Buzz him in.
Like this, bro.
Pun intended. Nah, bro. I was watching that joint. First of all, I didn't even watch the debate. I just saw the pictures and stuff. And they said the fly was on his head, was on his noggin for a minute. So I'm like, bro, you mean to tell me he ain't got nobody in no type of crowd that can be like, yo, go ahead and, you know what I'm saying?
They probably had limited people in the like nobody knows.
Bro,
he let that fly wash his own hands on his head. You know how fly stand there and pray and shit?
I've never seen a fly.
the fly washed his hands, bro.
I've never seen a fly stay still for so long.
Bro.
The fly had to sanitize, bro.
It was chilling on his cranium for a good minute.
It was like a natural habitat for the joint, dog. Like, I don't know what's up with his head.
So his team folded.
Bro, his team folded. I mean, he folded a little bit because you should feel that.
Right.
Anybody that's had a fly on them,
it's hair, bro. You feel that.
You feel that.
It's a toupee, bro.
Okay. So he didn't fold. He didn't fold, but his team definitely did. I'm watching that like, come on, dog. Ain't nobody can signal. Can't nobody. I was really mad because that's disgusting, bro.
What you think, Ed?
Both. He washed for even having that toupee situation where he can't feel the fly. His team folded. Nobody hollered at him. Nobody like TV break, commercial break. You mean?
It's a bad joint. Okay.
Whole administration, whole Trump administration.
He's a vice president, dog.
I agree, bro. If you got a fly on your head, I think he did. I think
even Trump too. That's your man.
I think it's well. Actually, you know what's crazy? This week, I kind of picked Jones that was all both.
Okay.
But we gonna still do it.
I'm gonna keep it. I didn't really know how he was gonna do this, but
I didn't know.
I like this joint.
So the next joint is the Sixers front office.
Okay.
I don't really have to say much, but. What do y'all got? What do y'all think?
Well, say the specific situation because I have some questions about it. Your specific thing with the front.
Let me see. Okay. Okay. The Sixers front office and the decision to not re-sign Jimmy Butler.
Okay. Now here's some questions. I'm asking both of y'all. I'm really not sure. I'm a Sixers fan, but I'm not sure. Was it that they just decided to not sign him, or was it more of like they were putting their bid in and he just wanted to go elsewhere? Because if he just doesn't decide to come back, I wouldn't blame the Sixers. But if they just drop the ball, like they didn't even try, he wants to come back to Philly and they don't offer him anything, that's definitely watching forward to the highest degree.
In my opinion, from what I understood, they had a really competitive team the year he played. Mm-hmm. If they would have shown the interest and treated him correctly, I think he would have.
Treated him correctly.
Like, because I saw the interview that Jimmy Butler had, and basically he was explaining how, like, when he was looking to understand if he was going to resign with the Sixers had like this type of notion, like, man, we got to figure out how we can control Jimmy. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So it's like he already was like turned off from that. So my thing is, their team was competitive. They folded. Because if they would have shown the correct interest, and they should have kept him, bro, y'all could have ran it back for a chip.
Do y'all feel
I was confused. I didn't know they could.
Yeah.
If they could keep him in folded, wash, all that.
The reason I thought they could be washed is because they've been bad for a long time.
Yeah,
like that front office.
Yeah.
And like we've had good teams before and pieces and shit, but we never really make it anywhere. And I'm tired of that shit. Like Allen Iverson had to carry us on his 5-10 back to one NBA Finals win. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
But Esco, as another Philly native, what I want to talk to you about is what I feel like. Why do the Philly teams, especially the Eagles and the Sixers, I feel like they're just bad for a long stretch of time to where they finally have success, they get comfortable and make dumbass decisions. So then they get ass again.
You know what? So off the fly, I'm about to throw another watch the footage on at you just real quick because you said the Eagles shit. Mm-hmm. So they played the Bengals a couple weeks ago. Bengals are fucking terrible. They tied. They had a chance to win the game, I think by what was it? Going for 2 or something like that, and he didn't do it.
They went for the tie. Against the Bengals.
And he normally goes for the.
He normally goes for it.
Yeah. The coach normally goes for 2.
Right. Do you feel like Doug Peterson is washed now? Because it's been 3 years since that Super Bowl.
He's washed.
Or
He's
he
washed.
did. He just fooled.
He's washed.
He's washed.
I
feel like he shot his load with that Super Bowl. Everybody knows what he's doing now. He never switched anything up. It's over for him.
I think even a better question too is the quarterback. Is he?
Carson? I didn't want to do that to my man.
Is he washed?
I'm getting
I think
there.
he might be washed.
He's
washed.
I'm getting there.
They might have to blow that joint up.
Yeah, they're going to fold that joint.
Fold it.
But last one for this segment. This one I don't hear either, but I decided to chalk these last 2 because I wanted to do this one.
Yeah.
Doc Rivers.
New
to the Sixers.
Yeah.
Just got booted by the Clippers.
Yeah.
He's the only coach to have lost from being up 3-1 twice.
Yeah.
Yes, that is him. Yeah.
Do y'all think since he won that Boston championship, he's washed, or you think he just folded with the Clippers last season?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I just think he folded. I don't think he's washed. I think he's a good coach. But as we know in basketball, especially in the NBA, I mean, we ain't NBA players, but we know this. The coach can only contribute or influence, but so much. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard. Like, it's only your players that actually win the games. You know what I mean? I think with the Clippers, they didn't even want to be in the bubble. So there's only so much that he could really do.
That's true.
But he did fold with the Clippers, but I don't think he's a washed coach.
Okay.
So he folded. He folded last year. He's not washed.
We got hope, Philly, according
Yeah,
to Chiefs.
you got hope for the Sixers.
This is very debatable because I also feel like a lot of people don't hold him accountable for his previous stint with Lob City. With the
Oh,
Clippers.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I forgot
okay.
about that one.
But for this one, I'm going to go ahead and say folded because I feel like on paper, this is the best team that he's had. So he got away.
The Clippers?
Yeah, this Clippers team.
Yeah,
with
right.
Kawhi. This is the best team that he's had. So I think he got away from his original principles because usually he's like a hands-on coach. He gets after people, he holds people accountable. I think this is the first kind of like, no, because the big three with the Celtics, he was coaching them hard. When he had this team, though, which was also a bomb squad, I feel like he got away from his essence where he coaches people hard and holds people accountable. And I think he was on cruise control with his team. So I'm going to say he folded.
Yeah.
Let his foot off the gas with the Clippers. And obviously they didn't deliver because Kawhi or Paul George aren't that guy who would do it themselves.
Yeah, and I think also with Philly, he's going to.
Philly has hope.
Yeah, I think they have hope, because I think he's going to learn from his mistakes. I don't think he's a washed coach, but he definitely folded last year.
He's going to have it, bro.
He
He's
folded.
going to. And I know this isn't a basketball
You take these fucking
podcast.
headphones off, man.
He folded on the headphones.
He doesn't even know. Yo.
Yeah, them Jones. He just
Chill,
looks,
bro.
man.
It's not a basketball podcast, but for him to be successful with the Sixers, he's going to have to be on Embiid and Simmons all day. He can't come in there with that same lackadaisical
right.
shit because.
And to take it away from basketball, because that's what Philly is. Philly is like a blue collar, work ethic
hard,
type of
yeah.
town. Like we don't care for the flashiness at all.
Yeah.
So
Just get us some wins.
yeah.
So even just talking about the fans, fuck the players. Like we don't want to see that bull. We gonna say something.
Oh.
Yeah. Because we pay, and Philly's a good town. Like they pay that money for real for basketball.
For sure.
That's a good joint, bro. Washed or folded. We gonna work on that joint.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna bring it back.
we gonna
I
work
like
on
it.
that joint.
That's a great segment.
So I guess let's get into my segment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Let's get into my
You got a
segment.
segment, nigga. This and that is you.
Yeah. Or Ant Rants. Ant Rants is his joint too.
Rants, yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? This is my segment, What You See, Cheese. You know what I'm saying? And basically,
Bro, I already told you, you gotta let me say it.
go ahead, bro.
What you see, cheese?
All right, this is what I saw.
Yeah, let me see.
This is what I saw, bro. I ain't see much. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I ain't see much. There wasn't a lot going on in the world. But the one thing I did see, I saw a tweet. This girl was like, "Yo, I would never try to date somebody who has a." It was a girl saying this. Has a baby dad. Basically saying that she would never date someone who has children already before her. So I wanted to get y'all opinion on that. What's your opinion on, like, let's say if you guys were single or whatever, would y'all date someone that already has children before you? No. Why not, bro? that was easy.
He said, why not?
I feel like for me, like with kids, I'm really good with kids, and like I can't take the risk of us not working out 2 years later and me like really fucking with your kid. I'm like, damn, I can't fuck with young boy no more.
Like a Jerry Maguire type John?
Yeah, bro. Like that would probably hurt me more than like the women.
Okay.
In all honesty, bro.
Okay.
I'm bad. Y'all should have let me answer that first. That don't sound like I had.
Nah, go ahead, bro. Do your thing.
He kind of painted it. Because I feel like I can easily detach, so I don't really care.
Okay.
As long as they don't got like a fucking football or basketball team, like I'm not getting into that situation. But if we got like one kid, I don't really
So you would go for, you would date then?
yeah, if it don't work out.
It don't work out.
Well, what you're talking about date is different from.
Oh yeah, what do you mean by date?
Well, I'm assuming if you're dating, you would want it to be successful and y'all would go forward and be serious. So I guess dating would be like you were dating hopefully to get with this person in the future.
Yeah, so why if they got a kid, why not? Because you don't even know if it's gonna work or not yet.
What's the number limit then? You
Yeah.
said it's a number. What's the number limit?
One.
So if they have two, you cool.
Nah.
Okay.
Because I know if it is successful, I can go in and I can deal with one kid.
Okay.
Now, if it's
What if young boy like
I still
17?
can't say successful since the second.
What if young boy like 15, 14, 15, he won't rumble you every day, he don't like you?
There's also an age limit.
What's the age limit, bro?
Can't be older than
Oh, you got a lot of rules, bro.
Yeah,
Like that.
bro.
So he can't be older. The child can't be older than 4. Why not?
Because I feel like.
Because that might be easier.
I feel like after 4, they start getting disrespectful.
Okay.
Respect me.
Okay.
You're not my dad, nigga.
See?
Yeah,
That happens after 4.
Okay. I think for me, I could. It would depend on how many though. Like if I was going to take you serious.
Would you be like the boy on Don't Be a Menace, South Central?
No.
I can see that.
No, she had like how many? Like 12
She
kids,
had
bro.
like 8, 9 kids, bro, by different niggas.
See, this is where it get funny though. Because if she have a bunch of kids, I would assume she probably don't live like they probably all don't live with her. Like if she got something like 10 kids, like some of them probably live with their dads. I'm saying it would be easier than somebody who has 3 or 4 kids and they all live at the crib with y'all versus having a bunch of them and she might not have custody of all of them. But that's neither here nor there.
Turn this shit to a long.
I'm about to say either way though.
Long order drop on that shit.
Nah, either way, I think the limit would be 2 for me. But I could date somebody who had kids. If you had like 3 or 4 though, I'd be like,
So what if she got 2, right? But they buy 2 different dudes.
I don't think I would care too much about the baby dad situation.
That's the most important part.
I think
that's the most important part.
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's the most. Yeah.
If all your kids by different dudes, you're not stable.
That's not
So
true.
why would I want to?
I'm not gonna go on record.
Go ahead, bro. I want you to go ahead and stay on that ledge.
I'm not.
Kids by 3 different, it's no stability there.
Okay.
It's just the guy couldn't be wrong every single time.
Nah, but you don't know the circumstances of the pregnancy either.
I get it, but like I'm saying, you ever see where there's smoke, there's fire?
Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
1, okay, they work out with y'all. It can be anybody's fault. 2, I get it. You can have to. Once you start getting like 3 and 4, it's like, all right, it might be like, why is it never working?
Yeah.
And now
And why are you having so many kids with so many different people?
Yeah, it's just I'm curious.
That's what I would ask.
Why is it not working?
Okay.
And then why is it always ending a kid?
Yo.
That's what I would ask
Funny.
that.
So I'm gonna spin this 2 ways. So first of all, women stop having babies and start keeping niggas because it don't work most of the time. But I only said that because I watched this movie. You ever seen Big Daddy with Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
I watched that shit on Netflix. That's the nigga I was bored. And that nigga tried to adopt. He tried to adopt young boy so his girl would stay with him. I never peeped. That was like the whole point of the movie.
Oh yeah.
He tried to steal young boy so his girl would stay with him. Like that's some trifling shit.
That happens a lot though. That happens a lot.
Do men do that shit?
I don't know about men. That's what made the movie. But see, that's what made the movie because we never seen nothing like that. Yeah. That's what made the movie. But that happens with like, I've heard like stories of women trying to like have children with somebody to keep them.
Be safe though.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm trying to think. I lost my train of thought and shit. Oh yeah, all right. So what was the consensus?
Real,
Yeah, I would date somebody with children. You said no.
No, bro.
You said no, and said yeah.
Ant was with hella conditions though.
Yeah,
Why I say hella? Where the fuck am I from?
Yeah, the Bay Area.
Yeah, Ant was like he can't be 4, he can't be older than 4, he can't be 6 feet tall. Like he got a bunch of shit.
He got to have 9 toes.
Yeah, like Ant got a bunch of restrictions.
Terms and conditions.
I wanted to ask y'all some stuff about like I guess that has to do with this because I think for me, bro, I was thinking one day and I was like, if I was in a relationship, there's certain things that myself like I just would be super like anal about. Meaning like all right, go ahead. I didn't want to use the word, bro. I didn't want to use the word, bro, but I just couldn't.
Don't use that word on our podcast.
I got you. My fault, dog. My fault. I folded on that one.
We're not that demographic.
My fault, cause basically something I'll be like super like focused on. And the one thing I'm talking about, bro, is children, naming my kids, bro. I feel like I will be super focused on that. Like I would want to make sure I name my kids like the most like appropriate names for me. Mm-hmm. So I want to ask y'all, what would be the process for y'all? Like how would y'all like decide to name your kids whenever y'all have them?
Honestly, I feel like I gotta see what the baby looks like before I can pick a name. I got some ideas in my head.
What's that going to determine, bro?
Like I don't know, bro.
I mean, some niggas don't look like certain names.
Yeah, bro. Like I wouldn't give.
All babies kind of like you can't really tell what they look like for real.
Pick the name before they even born?
That happens. I thought that happens regularly.
I got somebody look at it.
People name their kids, but people have the name before the baby comes
people
out.
also name their babies a week or two after they've been born.
That happens too. I'm saying, but I never heard of them basing it on the look of the baby because the baby's always gonna look the same.
I'm joking, obviously, but I'm kind of kidding. But like, I'm not gonna give like I wouldn't name you fucking Demetrius.
But you wouldn't know. But you would.
Tyrone.
But you.
If your name was Tyrone.
Tyrone.
Tyrone Rose.
Bigums. I could be.
Tyrone Bigums Rose.
I could be Tyrone. First of all, bro, you wouldn't know what I look like as a baby though. You wouldn't know I would look like this. So you wouldn't know I wouldn't be a Tyrone.
I would know you wasn't a Tyrone.
Yeah,
So wait,
you know
so
me
when,
now,
when,
bro.
when was Kyle Michael picked?
I'm assuming beforehand because I'm named after people. So.
That don't mean you was
So your parents got lucky then.
So see, what I'm saying is, it wasn't a situation where somebody looked at me like they already had names in place.
You got lucky then because you look like Kyle Michael.
No, I look like a Kyle Michael because y'all know me as a Kyle Michael,
You
bro.
look like a cow, bro.
I don't look like a Kyle. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Like Kyle.
Okay.
But anyway,
Okay, boy.
no, I'm saying I don't
Agree to
look.
disagree.
No, I'm saying I don't look like a cow like that. But
Okay.
y'all know me as that.
But to answer the question seriously, I'm okay with as long as my girl can pick whatever name she wants for the most part. But I want to make sure I have a couple names that I want to throw out there, but I don't care if they're first or middle.
Okay.
And honestly, as long as you don't pick no crazy ass made up name or some shit that they're gonna read in class and get my child laughed at, I'm good.
Got you.
I know for me, dog, there's some names that I would never want my son to be named. Like, I just hate the name Dante. So, like, if I had a girlfriend who was heavy, like, I want to name my son Dante.
What's wrong with Dante?
I don't know, bro. I just don't be feeling it. So, like, if
My cousin gonna fuck you.
oh, yeah,
I know a couple niggas named Dante, bro. Right.
Nah, bro, so I hate that name. So, like, I know, like, I'm a big person with that. Like, no, my son is not going to be named that. So, I don't know how I'm going to go about that if I get with somebody who they will feel a way about naming children, too. Like, but
Yeah.
I got a couple names that's a no with me.
What name, bro?
Tyrone.
What is wrong with y'all?
That's just like a bad old head black
It's-
boy name. I just hate that shit.
I feel like Tyrone is just like, like it's just so many bad stigmas attached to Tyrone now. It's just a bad, like they fucked it up.
That's whose fault is that? Body's fault?
Probably.
Yeah, she started
She
it.
started it.
She started that shit.
Okay.
And then after her, it was Tyrone Hill for the Sixers.
What's wrong?
What was a fucking ball?
No, bro, it was Tyrone Bigham. The nigga was on crack.
So he was after. So that's what I'm saying. It's a long history of nut ass Tyrone. You got Eric.
What Tyrone Hill do?
He was trash. He offered AI no help.
Hey, yo, didn't they say Tyrone Hill? Was he the ugly boy?
Yes.
Yes, bro.
Yeah, that was him. He ain't grabbed no boards.
That's how I know.
He was notorious.
Like
Him and Sam Cassell was notorious in the league for being ugly.
Yo,
So-
you hit recording the joint, right?
Yeah, that's recorded, bro. But nah, Tyrone Hill. Then after that, you got Tyrone Bigham. He a crackhead. So like Tyrone was just ruined me.
In the Erykah Badu song, Tyrone was a good friend. That's why she was saying call. But
Whoa, that's not how it came off, man.
yeah, he got a bad rap. That's funny.
Pretty
That's
much
funny.
everything after that is up for this.
I just wouldn't pick names like Eugene,
That's hard.
Eleanor,
Okay.
old ass names out the window. I don't care if it's a family name.
What's a girl name that's a no for me? I can't think of it.
Yeah, I think.
Gertrude?
Yeah, those are old Jones. Nobody, you shouldn't name
I know somebody named Gertrude.
How old are they?
56.
Oh, that's an old joke. Like for me, I think what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna have to name the sons. I'm like, look, let me name the sons. You can name the daughters. I think that would be the compromise I would have.
No, what you gonna name
Wow.
your son? What name you got? No,
Since
don't
you
give them
name-
all out. You like
Since you name them before they're born.
yeah, don't give them all out though.
That's a crazy thing that y'all don't think that that's a.
I gotta
normal
see
thing.
what the kid
I didn't say it wasn't.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like he's saying, like that's a crazy thing. To do.
I've heard it before.
Like most people do that. I think. Like, they name it before them. I don't know what my name's gonna be, but I just know I'm gonna be.
That's how I ended up with the name Anthony. I ain't really feeling that.
You gonna have a Kyle Michael too?
Nah, bro. I don't.
KM2?
Here's the thing. If I did that, bro. If I did that, I don't want to be a junior. Like I hate that junior at the end, bro. That shit
It's gonna
sounds
be-
nutty,
it's
bro.
gonna be Kyle Michael
The
Rose.
second. Yeah, the second.
It's the second.
Yeah, bro.
Now, there is no second. There's
You already got a
junior,
second name,
junior,
nigga. It's already a second name.
He would be the second.
Are you
so
Kyle
confused.
Michael the second?
No. I'm the first. But if I had a son, he wouldn't be junior. I wouldn't be calling him junior. He'd be the second.
You know what I'm
K.
gonna do?
Rose Jr.
I make sure I call him Junior.
No.
I make sure I call him Junior.
Junior.
He's a junior, bro.
He's
Junior.
junior, bro.
Because I'm not calling him. Hey, the second.
He'd be the
This is the
second, bro.
second.
He'd be the
Second. No, I don't
That's
think
good.
that.
Nah, Nah, so I just wanted to ask y'all, man, some things y'all,
I'm naming my kid after I see the kid.
Gotcha. All right, man. To move on, this is a good joint. A big topic actually that's going on. Famous rapper, successful movie producer, director, Ice Cube.
Hold up, did you call him famous rapper?
Yeah.
Put more respect to his name. He's the top.
What's Ice Cube?
15.
The top 15 all time?
Yeah, I would say top 10.
I'm not mad at that either.
So just don't say just famous.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Like, just put some more respect on
Super
that.
successful rapper from NWA. So come on, bro, you moving too much, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, you done.
I did that?
Yeah, that was you, bro. You done.
Alright.
His fucking mic folded.
Anyway, Ice Cube, he's been catching a little bit of flack recently. So basically, have y'all seen what he's done with coming up with the contract with Black America?
Yes.
Nope.
No. Okay. So to give some type of brief background, he's created a contract with Black America, and basically he's created this contract basically with all of our demands. He
I know what I want though.
That's a valid question. That's a very valid question.
I don't know that, man.
That's a good question. No, he's talking about for black people, certain things that he wants to see changed. He's working with other black people.
So it's his joint.
It's his joint, yeah. But it's
I'm sure he met with other
yeah, he's meeting with
Not
other.
us, nigga. We black.
Yeah, but he's meeting with other
I
black
thought Black
people.
Lives Matter.
That's what he's doing.
funny
That's
as
what he's doing.
shit.
He created the contract
Nigga
with
said he don't know me.
So basically, stupid. Yeah, so he created a contract and then kind of issued some demands that he wants to see from Black America. He wants to give that to the different parties so that they can earn our vote. That's basically what he came up with that contract. And he's caught some flack recently because he's made the list, he made the contract. He reached out to the Republican Party and he reached out to the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party said they would look at the black contract after the election. The Republican Party said we'll look at it now. Ended up having talks with Donald Trump in his campaign. So he's caught some flack because people are kind of saying that he's kind of selling out because he's working with Donald Trump.
I'm about to get my shabazz back.
Do
So
you
real quick, let me ask you, how do you feel about it?
How I feel about it? Well, I don't know, bro. I think that I understand people being upset.
Why?
I don't think it's justified, but I understand because, if you're working with Donald Trump, obviously we know where he stands when it comes to our people. So if you're working with him, I understand how people have a certain negative reaction to that. But I understand Ice Cube's part as well because it's like, look, I reached out to both parties, and he's kind of thinking like our issues, the black issues, it's not a party issue. It's not a political issue.
Not.
He's trying to get help from anybody that's willing or saying they're willing to help.
Right.
So I understand if the Republican Party and Donald Trump reach out to him, he's like, look, I'm gonna take that call. You know what I mean?
My opinion, real quick, because I'm gonna go a little. Did you have anything to say?
Yeah, man. I don't really have a problem with Cube meeting with Trump, just because Ice Cube has done a lot for the culture, the black community. And he's a proud black man every day of his life. I've never seen any interviews or heard him saying some slick shit about black people. So I trust Ice Cube, and I feel like this shit he's doing with Trump is actually for our betterment, honestly. And yeah, that's all. He ain't no Terry Crews shit. That's all I gotta say about that.
Okay.
So my thing is, this actually kind of pisses me off because I feel like I'm not speaking to anybody specific, but I feel like it's the kind of the tone that black people set is we're kind of overly loyal for no fucking reason. So it's like the black people are extremely loyal to the Democrat Party, but for what? What have they ever really done for us? So, and Dr. Umar also says this, and I know we're going to talk about him a little bit later. It's like you can't do business or politics with emotion. So it's like you say you know where Trump stands. That's fine, but who cares where he stands? It's about doing business and getting an agreement. So just because you don't agree with me and I don't agree with you, you can be racist as hell. But if you're a racist and you find it fit for your bottom line to get me what I want, and I find it for our bottom line as black people that you're actually going to do it because you need the votes and you're desperate, then we get what we want and you get what you want. What's all the emotion in? Oh, he's racist, like, and that's why I feel like a lot of black people struggle financially and in the business world because like you don't have to do business. You don't do business with people you like. You do business with people who are mutually beneficial to you. If it works for me and it works for you, let's do business. I don't have to like you. I don't have to go home to dinner with you. I don't have to understand what you're talking about. If this works for you and this works for me, let's do it. Every other race does politics based on what it does for them. Remember when Trump first got elected and everybody was sitting here confused, like, yo, how are Latinos voting for Trump? How are women voting for Trump? Somewhere in there, they found it a benefit for them, and a benefit for them, even though he's disrespecting them publicly, they found it a benefit somehow. So why, exactly, so why do black people get so up in arms by trying to find something that works for both of us? Because if the Democrats said, yo, we're not going to focus on this, if we get elected, we might focus on it. That, to me, what he said shows more about the Democrats. If Biden says, yo, we're not going to do this until maybe we get elected, then we'll talk, to me, that sounds like bullshit. We're not going to do anything. So you got somebody who actually needs the black vote because he thinks he's going to lose. He's more liable to actually do it. So do you trust Biden with the plan, or do you trust Trump with the plan? Because Trump really needs to get in because he's losing.
For me, I don't trust Trump ad either, because the same boy, the same nigga that say he's not giving no more stimulus check until after the election. He got to win. He got to win before he gives that check.
That's true, bro. But let's take it off of what happened. If you're talking to me and Kyle, right, and you're like, yo, for the Laundromat podcast, I need X, Y, and Z. I said, yeah, we can talk about it right now. And Kyle's like, yo, if you hit these certain benchmarks, then maybe we'll talk about it. You would do business with me because I'm ready to do business right now. Like, people are putting too much feelings into it. It's like plain and simple X, Y, and Z.
I think where, and I understand where you're coming from, and I kind of agree with most of that. I think a lot of times what I've seen on social media, people speaking out, is also they feel that like Ice Cube is being used. So it's like, obviously, because Trump may need the black vote, he's going to make it look like he's going to support. He's going to make it look like they're going to actually utilize some of the things that they've implemented and they placed in the black contract just to make it look like they're doing it.
And that's dumb to me because we're all being used. Everybody's being used. If you can't be used, you're useless.
It's true.
Everybody's being used.
It's true.
Trump is using Cube to get the black vote, and Cube is using Trump to get what he wants. We're all about being. If you can't be used, you're useless.
Gotcha.
Everybody's used. It's a give and take.
Gotcha.
So when people feel like a certain, oh, we're being used, you're supposed to be used, but you're supposed to be mutually beneficial. Okay, they know what channel we're in.
The Laundromat Show. Make sure y'all subscribe.
Over there.
Behind you, over here. I think you're better that much. I was just saying.
I mean, you go very fast, well.
That's not
Just gotta hit the button.
That's not TV.
All right, bro. 2 cheers in the bucket. I mean, fuck it, 2 cheers in the bucket. Let's take the over.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess I get what you come from. I think that's what Q was saying. You know what I mean? He's like he said, it's not a party issue. He's willing to work with anyone that's willing to try to abide by these rules that they made. In the black contract, there was a couple things that I saw that I thought were really good ideas. To have like a police force residency type of rule. Whereas if you're a police officer in a certain neighborhood, you have to be from that neighborhood
I love that.
or live in the neighborhood. Another thing that they had was malpractice insurance. So if certain police force members, they practice malpractice, they do bad things while on the job, it's insurance built in for that, meaning the police force is going to have to pay for some of their actions. So it was a few things that I definitely encourage anybody to look at the black contract that Ice Cube.
Yeah, before you talk crazy about it, actually look into it.
Yeah, look into it. And then, so here was the thing also, I did want to read this. It was his senior advisor. This is what got like Ice Cube and a bunch of heat. Okay. Trump's senior advisor, Katrina Pearson, she said, shout out to Ice Cube for his willingness to step up and work with the real Donald Trump administration to help develop the Platinum Plan. And so the Platinum Plan is Donald Trump's basically plan for black people.
Right.
So I tried to see if he spoke to them and did they add anything from the black contract into the Platinum Plan. And the only thing I saw, just glancing over it, was just that they were in agreement to get rid of the Confederate monument.
So
That's all I saw first glance. You know what I mean?
So I just take that shit down myself.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. But a lot of people.
But even speaking to that, it's like you had a guy who tried, and the reason it's really not potent is because clearly all black people aren't on the same accord, which I think we never really will be. But if we all focus on like, hey, I feel like all black people should just let's make it simple. Let's not be radical. I feel like all black people should just make one step, and that should be just declaring yourself independent. Take yourself out of Democrat, take yourself out of Republican. Just be independent and see who benefits us as a whole, and that's how you go. Because, when Q's trying to do that, if he doesn't really have any support behind it, it's easy for the Trump administration to like use him as a like promotion and take blah blah blah. But if they know like we're all in the same accord, we're all independent, and you don't know how we're voting, you really have to deliver on that.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people are talking, like Diddy's been talking about it, Q's been talking about it, a lot of people been talking about it. So all I'm saying is don't pick a side before the thing starts. Don't already have your vote already set in your head. Like, look what they're actually talking. I mean, it's hard this election because when you watch the debate, going back to the debate, neither one of them addressed any topic.
Who are you voting for?
I mean, the only reason I'm voting for Biden is because of how Trump handled the coronavirus and how it's affected all of us. And then we're going through something we don't need to go through because he's been prepped on this for a while and he just didn't take it seriously. But if this never happened, I really don't know, because it's like neither one of them, listening to either one of them, none of them express what they're going to do. The only reason I'm going with Biden is because I already have a track record of what Trump did and it wasn't successful. But for the future plans, none of them explain shit. So I can only go off their resume. And Trump's resume is horrible. So I'll go with Biden.
Yeah, I think for me it's pretty clear I'm not voting for Trump. I'm voting for Biden. And for a number of reasons, obviously he's made his stance on his feelings about people like me. Number one,
Who cares how he feel about you though? It's what he's going to do. He don't have to like you. It's what you force him to do.
Yeah, what you force him to do, but I mean, just based on how you feel about someone, that's going to be a big determining factor on what you do for people. Like, if you don't feel for me, how much work are you going to put in? I can try to force you to do as much as you can, but if you don't like me, you're not going to want to.
So real quick, 10-second question. Is the person who's desperate to get back in office because he's losing more liable to do what you want him to do, or the person who already feels like your vote is guaranteed because you're black and black vote Democrat? Who's more likely to actually do what you want him to do?
You got me. 10-second question.
He was close though.
That's funny. I mean, I just think it depends, because if you have a genuine feeling for the people like me, you're gonna maybe you genuinely want to help us out. You know what I mean? And that may be even more so than somebody who just needs my vote. So I think you can look at it a bunch of different ways. Obviously, I'm not voting for Trump. When you say things like Black Lives Matter is a racist statement, how could I vote for you?
When they ask you a question about white supremacy, you tell them to stand back and stand by.
Yeah, it's just no question.
You're right.
It's just no question.
That's
And
true.
I don't believe in. I mean, he's competent to be a president of the entire country. So no, I'm not voting for Trump, and that's pretty easy. But I understand that sentiment to make people earn your vote. I just think in this case,
that's all you gotta do.
In this case, I don't.
Yeah, it's no brainer for me.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer this time, but it's a no-brainer this time. But I just agree with the theory to make them earn it.
I mean, yeah, I agree with that.
Don't just vote for somebody because they're a Democrat or Republican. Like, make them actually do something for you.
Got you. And last thing, I guess with this Ice Cube, I thought this was
Some people had some feelings about this. The guy, he was in an interview with Chris Cuomo, and the guy was like, "Yo,
the governor from New York, right?"
I believe so.
Cuomo,
I believe so.
okay.
Yeah. Or his brother. It's his brother.
Well, yeah, they're both.
Yeah,
okay.
it's his brother. He was in an interview with his brother, and he was asking him about police brutality, and Ice Cube pretty much was just like, we've been dealing with police brutality for years and years.
Niggas, what he should have said.
Yeah, and people was like, oh, and then he was like, basically the big problem is the wealth gap between black people and other people and white people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the big problem. And he said a few things like dignity, dollars bring dignity. So how do y'all feel? Like, y'all think that's the main issue, like the wealth gap? That's what creates.
That's the only issue.
Okay.
I think that's definitely that might be the only issue, the generational wealth gap. When you go to some of these neighborhoods that aren't, people like us don't live there.
Right.
You see, it seems like the trash crews come through more and pick up trash, and there's litter crews and shit. The grass is kept, shit like that. It seems sunny and shit. And you come back to the hood and you just see glass bottles in the middle of the street and potholes everywhere.
Because as a whole, we don't live in these types
Right.
of neighborhoods.
Right.
That's true. That's true.
I just feel like if you look at everybody who's came in after us, after slavery, I feel like the quote unquote American, even though there's no such thing, but the quote unquote American, they don't really like anybody that's not dumb. But they respect certain people because they came in and they got busy economically, and you kind of need them, so they get respect. So I feel like it's the same thing. I feel like black people's problem is we're trying too hard to get people to accept us and to like us. Just demand your respect, and the only way you can demand your respect in America is through economics. That's really what America's built on. It's capitalism. It's about money.
The problem is we were set back 400 years economically.
No, and you're exactly right. But exactly. So since we're set back 400 years economically, I feel like that's what we should be focusing on.
How they don't teach us that shit? You know how to go in Texas?
I didn't learn in school. No.
Like, do you know how to do a loan? Do you know how to take a loan? Like,
no.
You know how to do a fucking Pythagorean theorem, though, right?
No.
You know what I mean, though, nigga.
No, my fault. I already said no. I thought he was going to say something else. I know how to. Yeah, they were teaching us how to do bullshit. No, I got you. I thought he was about to say some other tax shit.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
No. But yeah, they taught us how to do a bunch of bullshit.
Like,
but what I'm saying is, we kind of
private schools and good schools.
I never went to a private school.
Did you go to
life.
schools? I mean,
I went to a public school.
Did you ever go to a good school?
A good Plymouth White Marsh.
Is it bad? Is it trash?
It's not trash.
His point is you
I went to decent. Yeah, I went to better schools than majority of people in Philadelphia.
You know what the fuck I'm talking about, man.
No. I went to a school in the suburbs. It's not Philadelphia. Yeah, it's a good education system.
You go to Fells.
No. But my thing is this though. Also, I understand all that, but we have to know that and keep that in mind. So therefore, moving forward, we know they're not going to teach us what we need to know in school. They're not going to teach us. They're not going to give us the information. But today in this internet information, it's kind of no excuse. You can figure it out. I can go on YouTube and figure out how to do my taxes.
Yeah, we're more well equipped these days.
So like the older generations, no, like they were done wrong. But I feel like today, like just stop the excuses. What's against us. Do what we gotta do. Get in a position to get money. And when you get your money, don't spend it on a bunch of dumb shit to where you don't hold no power. Because really, like America is built on money. This country, so like they respect people with money. Yeah, they respect people with money.
It's both.
I guess to put a cap on this, I wanted to say this with Ice Cube. Like I got much respect for him, and I feel
shout out to Cube.
Like Ant said, bro. Like he's somebody that's trying to make an effort, and he's someone that's trying to get us all on one accord. So that's why I really do.
That's the hardest part.
Exactly, and that's why I like the black contract. And he's like, listen, I'm not getting into the political part of it.
And he hates Trump too. He don't like
he can't stand him. He can't stand Trump.
Part of his pride and like go on that joint and like try to do that I guess for us, it wasn't really for me because I don't know nothing about that contract. He didn't ask me for my input.
Definitely
but
to it, bro.
You mean that it was big?
Yeah, and I think that's when you know it's a mission above yourself because he's made his feelings known. He doesn't support Trump, but he's willing to. If you're willing to do some things for us,
you want to talk to
I'll talk to you.
Real quick though,
he's the president now.
Real quick though, you want to know what's unfair though? Like you're talking about unfair. The one thing that was like, I feel like it's a lot of things that we.
Unfair.
No, I'm saying like you're saying like the school system and all that. That's valid, but one thing that's super unfair to us is like, what other race has to, because of what they've been through, has to gather everybody and be on one page in order to move forward? It's like. It's almost an impossible mission. It's like black people, like no race is the same. Like so many black people are so different. So it's like you're asking us to build a contract for a race, but it's like we're all different. We all want different shit. We all act differently. So I feel like it's a good effort, but it's like you'll never win because what other race has to gather everybody together in order to do something?
I feel like we don't have to gather everybody together to do something.
We don't, but people feel like we do.
Honestly.
If you've been on a black contract, it's like we're all black, so obviously people aren't going to agree.
I think a lot of like celebrities or like political officials might group us in that way, but I never really hear people at our level of society doing that kind of shit.
No, it's always the top people trying to gather the.
Yeah, because it's kind of like black people. They always kind of see us as one. Because of those 400 fucking years, we was all just one fucking item, slave.
Right.
They look at this.
That's the problem. Like
no
other.
But we're
race,
all different.
Right. No other race ever went through that in America, so they were never all branded like fucking cattle as being one thing, which is why we're still like it's all that shit goes back, unfortunately, to slavery. Like I have no idea who my great grandmother is.
That's
exactly.
I never will. I don't know. where my family's from in Africa. If my family's from Africa, we might be fucking Haitian. They was dark as shit there too.
Right, and you gotta trust the American DNA sites to even you don't even know if that's real.
DNA, them saying put a tracker in my DNA.
They already got our DNA, bro.
They got me already.
They do,
I
but
was going to the sidewalk last week.
yeah, they put that shit in the bag.
You got a haircut the other day, bro. You know.
But nah, bro, like all that shit, like it's just like a lot of those talks are hard to have because you can literally drag all of them back to fucking slavery.
Right.
All of them can be dragged back to slavery.
And I think, and this is my last point on this. I don't like how we're so quick sometimes to. It's okay to criticize and to try to help help a brother out. Like if they're doing something wrong and like trying to no, this ain't the right move. But I don't like sometimes how we're quick to like. If we don't like a move that one of our leaders makes, cancel. And I'm like, Ice Cube he's got too much equity in years.
He put in way too much work for y'all to treat him like
for y'all to do this, and y'all got to listen to what he says and give him a chance. So
done way too much to have. Just y'all didn't unload the clip on him like that.
Exactly, and that's a good little John, bro. Unload the clip because the
alley-oops is immaculate,
bro. I want this kind of funny to me, bro. Bro, y'all into battle rap, right? So y'all know who the battle rapper DNA
super into battle
and the
rap.
battle rapper Charlie Clips is.
For sure, legends.
All right, did y'all see their infomercial that Joe Biden and them paid for?
Yeah, a bunch of bullshit. I mean, shout out to them for getting the bag. I always respect people for because I already know they got to. They had to get unless they just did it for the look. Hopefully they didn't.
No.
But good bag for. I'm glad that they did it. Because it's going to bring the battle rap, because I love battle rap. So it's going to bring the battle rap community even bigger than what it already is. But that commercial was bullshit. Okay. It was bullshit.
So to anyone that hasn't peeped, go look up DNA Charlie Clips. They had a battle rap commercial, and basically they were battle rapping each other, explaining why Biden is great for black people.
Joke, bro.
It was hilarious. They had the bars. They were just explaining so many different things about
the bars was elite. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, they had a nice little rap combo.
Put the bars in there.
I'm not trying to hear political bars, bro.
I mean, hey, somebody gotta do it.
So the reason I brought it up though is like, do y'all think that's an issue, bro? Like how these white politicians they try to relate to black people?
You know what, man? Let me talk about this.
Let's get it, bro.
So I don't
Esco
like
Shabazz.
I don't like it. I feel like there's a demographic of white people who kind of treat black people like pets in a way, like, oh, they're cute, they want to be entertained by us type shit, but we're not on their level. And I feel like that's kind of what politicians do a lot of the time with that rap, like battle rap shit. Like, why I gotta be battle rap, bro? Like, I like white shit too. You mean like it don't always have to be, or not even white shit or black. It doesn't always have to be some aggressive ass, pandering attempt at niggas. I don't like that shit, bro. Like, why y'all gotta pick battle rappers? Like,
hold on. To respond to that before I forget, I'm gonna go left though, cause I agree with everything he's saying. But just for the sake of the podcast, I'm gonna go left. I understand that, but for people who aren't in our community and aren't with us every day, and you're just looking on the outlook, what you see is what black people put their equity and their mind into is rap, sports, and fashion. So if I don't know anything about black people and I just do an overview and the only people I see is athletes, rappers, and people who do fashion. Like I felt like we had an argument about this on one of our previous podcasts where it's like people who get money who are black who are not in those fields need to step up and like make it more popular so we can diversify our thing. Because for real, if you're not, I can understand how somebody who's not black comes into our community and looks like, okay, they like rap, they like sports, they like this. Because what the fuck else do we really talk about? Because the people who get there, and there's a lot of other black people getting money in other fields, but like I said, they're kind of low key.
I feel like with that kind of falls onto us as a community because a lot of the time we'll shun artistic people.
Facts.
Or people that are like a nigga might play the flute and niggas like, oh, that nigga weird.
Try to clown him.
Like a lot of people do that shit. So that kind of falls back on us, I think.
I think it falls back on us, and like we said in that other episode, that we got to showcase anyone that's making money outside of these types of fields to showcase their lifestyle, so that little ones like us, as kids growing up, can like, yeah, you know what I mean?
6'5".
I know, not us, not now. But when we
I'm not gonna say my height on camera. You mean?
That's funny.
You're tall. You're a good size.
I'm an average size.
We have a conversation about that. Cause I was talking to somebody.
That's a great conversation.
Yeah.
We're in the next episode.
You just hang around basketball players, bro.
Yeah, so I look small.
Yeah, I was too.
When people see me, they be surprised, like, oh, he not sure. I'm like, no, these niggas just tall as fuck.
You just hang around tall people, like dumb tall people. But not as kids, you know, we should want to grow up and be doctors and be lawyers and be things other than these fields. But I also feel like we've been disadvantaged in a way because the only way a lot of times for us to make a substantial amount of money sometimes is to try to be super lucky and be successful as a rapper or as an athlete.
That's a
A
pipe
lot of these rappers would have
That's a
never
pipe
made it
dream.
from where they were if they didn't rap.
Exactly. So I think it's twofold. Some of it is our responsibility to showcase if you did make it without it, but a lot of times, you know, we're just not giving those opportunities like other races.
And also the people who make it got to come back and like give those opportunities. Cause it's like, if you make it in real estate, you make it in whatever field you make it in. If you're not giving the people from your same neighborhood those options and letting them know it's a thing, yeah, they're going to try to shoot to be the next big rapper or the next basketball player, which is honestly the lottery.
Yeah,
So you're
yeah.
setting them up for failure.
It's the odds are
You can be
slimmer
as
than
good
the
as you
lottery.
want to. You get hurt, this shit over.
And I say this with as far as like you like Joe Biden paying for a battle rap infomercial. On one
It
hand,
was fair because Kamala Harris is his VP. That's why I was
She
like,
probably told him
I
to
was
do
like,
that
She
shit.
probably did that. She probably set that shit up. I hope she did.
I blame Kamala.
I'm gonna blame Kamala.
on,
Just
like I
for my
said,
conscience.
yeah, on one hand,
to make you sleep at night.
For me.
I'm not gonna blame the black woman.
Oh, yeah, this nigga's scary.
Battle rap, nigga, you open.
Nah, on one hand, look, this is my thing though. That's what I was about to say, bro. On one hand, I'm like, I kind of felt like it was corny, like, oh,
It was corny as
you
fuck.
think like, oh, we're gonna know what you're talking about now because you made it a battle rap, but at the same time, I'm like,
They broke it down for us. They put it in battle rap.
but
for
at the
us.
same time, I was thinking like, yo, I learned a lot from this joint, and I came to this video because there was battle rapping, like.
So it worked.
Yeah, it worked.
Mission
I was
accomplished.
like, I
Mission
can't really be
accomplished.
mad at it, like,
Mission
'cause
accomplished.
I did want to watch it. I watched a 4-minute video when probably otherwise, since I'm not in politics, I wouldn't have watched a 4-minute video.
You know what I saw a politician do that I thought was corny?
What?
Kamala tried to wear some Timbs, but they was like the buck naked Jones.
Oh, she had a suede on the top.
You know, bucket naked. And like, I'm checking
She had the bucket
What was it like,
nakeds?
bucket naked.
Oh, dude.
Nah,
dude.
man.
Dan Jones, bro.
Oh, she might have lost the black vote because
No, bro.
Oh,
I
man.
wasn't feeling them, and people was on Twitter, Dickie, like, oh, look her wearing the Timbs. Oh, she's for us. I looked
she
at
did it to
her.
herself. The bucket
At least to be
nakeds.
from Broccoli's. At least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a pair.
I
of
cut her some
Broccoli's.
slack because she from I think she from the Bay or something. I cut her some slack. I don't even. It's too hot out there. I don't think they ever wear
She said
Timbs.
Tupac, her favorite rapper, ain't the best rapper alive.
Yeah,
I saw that.
was a wild statement.
I was like,
That was a wild
I mean, that's not a wild statement.
That's
People got
out
pop, but it sounds generic as hell.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't
But
like
I
Tupac?
feel-
Alive?
Oh wait. Oh, she said the best rapper alive.
But even then, that's not because people still think Tupac.
Wait, no, hell no.
Alright,
I didn't know you said
no,
alive,
let's go,
bro.
man.
All right,
Nah,
next
come
one.
on, yo.
No, it's a
Bro,
dope
I thought you said
statement, but I was still thinking
best.
Tupac.
I thought you said best rapper ever. She
No,
said alive,
Yeah, she said alive.
man. All
Well, I
right,
don't know.
all right,
I
next
saw
topic.
somebody said
No, she did say
it.
that.
I don't
She
know
did
if
say
she
that.
That's
She did say
hey yo. That's.
But I guess we-
next.
You know, I speak sweet. Niggas like somebody said.
Yeah.
Best
somebody-
rapper
I saw it was a
alive.
meme that I
I
saw.
wasn't somebody that
Tupac.
time.
Yeah, so
Oh
I guess to
my
move
God.
on, I guess we already like pretty much talked about this, but Dr. Umar was on a Nick Cannon's like YouTube show.
Philly's own.
Philly, he's Philly.
That girl from Philly?
He is from
Yo, I did not.
No,
know that.
He act, you can tell though.
you can tell him from Philly if you really
The way he
watch him,
talk.
bro.
I don't really watch it. I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah, he's from
He
Philly.
got a Philly swag.
But he was talking about that how like a lot of times black people judge our success by our most successful. You know what I mean? Like so he said like, yo, it's 100 black millionaires or 100 new black millionaires, but there's 50 million black Americans.
Exactly.
And we judge our success as a people sometimes by looking at the
That's
Jay-Z's,
yeah.
the Diddy's, the Will Smiths.
That's the-
when you really need to be looking at it from what's the average quality of life for all of us.
Exactly. That's how they look at everybody else besides us.
Yeah. So I mean, I agree with that. Like sometimes we probably look too much at the Diddy's and Jay-Z's.
You know what that is? It's probably because, the black culture is entertainment. We are entertainment.
Yeah.
And no other
We are culture.
race of people
Culture,
has that big of an impact. Especially in American culture. Like the shit we know American culture is us.
We are American culture. Yeah,
It's
we
us.
are culture.
Not like call it what it is. America is swaggerless. We give them they sauce.
Yeah.
It's all the seasoning.
Yeah.
And I think also maybe we fall into that because we're looking at who we want to be. Like, you know, we aspire, like I know as a black man growing up, I aspire to be somebody like Jay-Z. I aspire to be somebody like Diddy, like a Will Smith, you know, just successful in the field. And a lot of times we might place too much of an emphasis and think, oh, we see 5 more billionaires, that means all of us is doing well.
No.
And I think also my last thing on that is we assume that those people are always going to come back and reinvest in our communities.
Majority of times they're not.
Here's the thing. I don't think we do that. I think, like Ann was talking about other communities, I think they do that shit. Because when you talk to, like, I've had friends, or they're not friends anymore, but people I've spoken with in the past, so it'd be like, look how well you guys are doing. Like, racism doesn't exist. Look at Jay-Z. Look at Drake. Look at this. Look at that. And
Fuck
I'm
that got to do with me.
I saw Morgan Freeman say that.
Wait,
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman
Yeah.
said that?
Morgan Freeman said that
he
before,
did.
yeah.
Like, nigga, you're Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman.
You're the exception.
Somebody's with me, Morgan Freeman.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, y'all niggas, yeah.
So I agree with Dr. Umar. He be saying some funny stuff, and check out some of his
Yeah,
videos.
sometimes he be on the money a lot.
But
Sometimes, yeah.
I'm gonna always go back to this because I don't want it to be depressing, and I don't want black people to get confused. You're right. We spend way too much time looking at the lottery tickets, rappers, athletes, actors. No matter what race you are, that's a lottery ticket. For every successful actor, for every successful person there is in entertainment, there's thousands of people sleeping in their car trying to get that same job that never get it, and they're just wasting their fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of more simpler ways where you can make a very decent living, but it's just not popular. Everybody wants to be in the camera, do this, do that.
Right.
So, like I said,
All
these
in the
people who
videos.
do all in the video. So these people who have like these regular lifestyles where they're living comfortably, they need to come out and explain how it's done because it's no reason a race should be shooting for a lottery ticket.
Did y'all see the video I saw on Twitter went viral? It was just some boy walking up to people in the parking lot with his camera saying, "What do you do for a living?" It was all nice.
I didn't see it.
You see that, John Cheese?
No, I didn't see that.
So most of the people were white. And the first one went viral. She was like, "I'm a wife. What do you mean?" And like that was the first one went viral. She was like, "What do you do?" She had like a Porsche Camaro. Or something. She had some wild shit.
Yeah.
She's a housewife.
What do you do? She was like, "I'm married. What do you mean? Why?"
My husband got the bag.
Yeah, that's basically what she said.
Eh.
But the next couple I saw were mostly white guys, and they were like surgeon,
See?
shit like that.
Nobody talks about that.
And then I only saw one black lady, and she had like 3 jobs, and they were all really high profile. Now it just blanked my mind. I had them on my head. They blanked me. It doesn't really matter. It's not that important. But she had 3.
She wasn't in entertainment though.
No.
Okay.
She
Yeah,
was
yeah.
in some.
Right, mental.
Yeah. And we're more than capable to be those types of people. We just got to showcase that.
It was like she was one out of like 15 people in the video. The one was black.
Gotcha.
Speaking of that, the people who get paid the highest are the people who get paid to think. Because, like, you can hire a body
Now.
for anything.
That's
now.
IT, the IT field is huge now, but
People are looking for thinkers.
When we were
They'll
coming
pay
up, we didn't know that. Like nobody was telling us to like.
I got a comp sci degree. I got to use that.
You
Yeah.
better go make a fucking app
Most
for
of
us,
us computers
nigga.
and shit. Most of us
That's what everybody always asks. Can you make an
Yeah.
app? Can you make a website? I'm like,
She said none of that.
Hey, what the fuck we got this nigga here for, man?
None of that shit.
Nah, that's good.
It's
That's
an
a good
IT
combo.
guy.
That's a good combo, man. I think we're giving some good
Grab
game.
this next one.
Yeah, some good game. And speaking of games,
Good game.
Yeah,
I heard he said it twice. I tried to cut him off. I tried to cut him off,
some
bro.
good game. You know what I'm saying?
Man, fuck
I
outta
know what
here.
y'all saw lately, man. Recently,
Goddamn.
my guys,
What we see?
my guys win the NBA championship, baby. 2021. Ooh, damn, I'm fucking it up. 2020 champions, Los Angeles Lakers. What's up, man? How y'all feel, man?
Well deserved.
You know what I'm saying? It was inevitable. It was
Okay.
gonna
I,
happen.
hold on, don't say that.
When
bro.
LeBron got to the Lakers, it
Inevitable.
was inevitable, bro.
You really had no doubt in your mind that he was gonna.
Bro, it took him 2 years, dog. Everywhere he goes, he
Jeez, you
wins.
definitely was picking the Clippers before this joint started.
Yeah, you a hater, bro.
I did.
Inevitable. You didn't even have your team as the
I
favorite.
picked the Clippers to win.
I never picked the
This nigga's
Sixers.
a
I never
liar.
picked them. Not once did I pick the Sixers.
I did pick the Clippers to win, but I thought they was gonna face the Lakers. I did think they was gonna beat us.
They would have.
They ain't make it.
So then it's not
You
inevitable
already said
if
Doc
you thought
Rivers won
thought the Clippers was gonna win. It's not inevitable.
I said it was inevitable that LeBron was gonna win a chip eventually.
Oh.
Now this year I thought the Clippers was stacked, but they ain't make it, cuz.
They lost to
We the
fucking
champs.
Denver.
We the
Listen,
champs.
I don't want you to over celebrate this shit
Why not, bro?
because man, like you saying like it been decades, it been so long since y'all won a chip. What it been like 10 years?
10 years, bro.
2010 when Kobe won that joint. Rest in peace to Kobe.
Rest in peace to the beam.
When's the last time we won a championship? Man? Sixers.
Shit, Dr. J.
84, probably.
Were you alive then?
Fuck no.
Have you seen how many champions have you seen in the Lakers?
It's
Have
been,
you,
Two.
how many you been
You
alive?
probably
for?
seen like 3.
I've
Yeah,
seen
he's there for
6.
the
I think it's
three-peat.
6. I think it's 6.
He's been alive for all of them.
Oh yeah, so the 3-peat.
For 6 of them.
Yeah, for 6 of them.
Yeah, he was alive. How many you been alive for the Sixers?
Not one.
Fuck you, Kyle.
Sounds like a
Fuck
personal
you in
problem,
that
dog.
He said it sounded like a
That
person.
sounds like a personal problem, dog.
I wish you liked football so you can pick the Cowboys or something.
I probably, if I
You
was
would.
at football, I probably would pick a Cowboy.
Why?
Cowboys.
We would have
My
to mix,
family's a
man.
Cowboy fan, though.
His family, they like it seems like they like all the nation's favorites.
That's my pop. That's probably my pop. My bro's an Eagle fan. Y'all would rock with him, but you know.
Oh yeah, that's my guy then.
But anyway, back to the Lakers. You know what
No,
I'm saying? The champs.
man,
Back to
I
the
gotta
champs.
take that shit off.
You know what I mean?
Listen.
So I mean,
I don't hold much stock in the Lakers, but I definitely, what I want to say is this: when people were posting those clips, and I even forgot myself because I saw it happen in real time. But like when people were posting those clips in 2003, where like Bron was talking so confidently when he was coming to the league, and everybody was hating on him. I'm just happy for LeBron because it's like he came into the league with so much scrutiny. Everybody was waiting for him to fail, and really, like, people keep holding him to this Jordan standard, but Jordan didn't really go through the shit that he went through. He didn't have, like, Jordan came into the league and they really left him alone because they didn't expect anything from him. And then when he performed, they're like, oh shit, Jordan's the guy.
So let me ask you this then, since that brings me to this question. I guess you kind of answered it. Which is harder, to come in with all the expectations in the world, and for people to notice your talent, versus being a nobody and having and Jordan really wasn't a nobody, but he wasn't touted like LeBron, and having to work your way up and be that good. Which one is harder?
The best case scenario for you is to come in under the radar, because then everything you do after that is a surprise.
And he was a third
pick.
Jordan was a third pick.
Right, but they weren't looking to him to be Jordan.
Yeah.
So what Jordan does, it catches him by surprise. So people forget his first 7 years, he didn't win anything.
I don't think it was 7. When is 7?
It was 7.
It was that long?
Yeah.
He went the whole 80s basically.
But what I'm saying is nobody expected it. So they're just enjoying the show, enjoying your points. So then when you do win the championships, it's all gravy. Jordan happens already. So he comes in, the best high school player ever, mad expectations, social media era is starting to kick up. They're already comparing him to all-time NBA greats. So it'd be easy for him to fold and be another Kwame Brown. I hate to say these names because they're good basketball players, but they had crazy expectations, like Darius Miles, those guys, Omar Cook. But for him to have those expectations and still be arguably the best player to ever do it, LeBron, you got to take your hat off LeBron. You got to. On 3 different teams.
You got to. Yeah, that's true.
My fault.
I'm just to piggyback on that. I agree, and you definitely gotta tip your hat to him. I mean, he had so many expectations, and it's just to me, it's clockwork. The man has been 10 finals, and I think just as a former athlete and just somebody, I'm just damn, dog, you gotta respect.
You ain't still hooping?
Well, I mean, I guess technically, but eventually I'm gonna be a former athlete, and just knowing how hard it is to just compete and win at that level, at any level, and for him to be consistently that good is crazy. I'm just happy he's on my team.
For me, I feel like the Jordan and Bron comparison was always dumb in a way because
nothing like each other.
Nothing was the same. Their circumstances were a lot different. A lot of the shit they went through was a lot different. I think somebody that we'll have to see in 10, 15 years, but I think Zion Williamson will be closer to him for LeBron because of the high school shit, the way he
it's more of a similar.
Even then, no. I guess it's nobody.
But it would be closer than he's saying. It would be closer than MJ and Bron.
But that's closer than MJ and Bron to me because MJ they didn't have
social media.
You can watch YouTube
with
MJ back in the day. I mean, you had to go see that nigga and play in person or watch a tape if you ain't catch.
So when you finally see him in person, he catch you off guard. Yeah. Bron, we didn't see him before he even came to the A.
You think we'll ever see? And the reason I said that is because even with Zion, it's definitely way closer. But even with him, people called on him in college. Bron was getting that as a sophomore in high school.
I don't think we called him to college. I think he was high school.
He wasn't hyped.
Zion? Zion was the most hyped high school player since LeBron.
No, he wasn't. Zion wasn't even ranked number 1 coming out of high school. If y'all remember, it was R.J. Barrett. Everybody said
that was dumb.
It was.
But dumb. I'm saying everybody knew him though.
Bro, it's not dumb. RJ will be here.
No, it's not.
He's not Zion.
Anybody, if y'all remember, bro, the hype came from Duke with Zion. People was hyped because of his dunks and stuff in high school, but he wasn't. Nobody thought he was the best player in high school when he was in high school. It was when he got to Duke and everybody was like, "Oh, this boy crazy." Then the hype came.
Okay,
you're right. Y'all think it'll ever be anybody like LeBron James?
Yes, because people said there would never be something like Mike, and there was something like Mike. So there's always going to be that person.
I think Kobe was.
And I feel like these players. What people don't understand is the better people get, the faster the advancement comes.
Okay.
Because it's you always look at the top guys. So you take their regimen and you make it better. So like LeBron and them look at Jordan. Well, Kobe look at Jordan regimen. LeBron look at Kobe regimen. Like it keeps getting better and better. Like you got people like Mckie Williamson now, who's like 16. That dude plays like Dame Lillard. And he's like 16.
Yeah.
Like no, it's definitely going to be another.
My last little point about this shit, I just feel like Ann said, with the advancement, with the way people are growing and shit, I feel like Zach LaVine gonna have a son that's when he turn 18 gonna dunk from 3-point.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to happen. You've been saying it for a while. Somebody's going to do it. Somebody's going to do it.
I saw a video the other day. This 5'9" girl just dunking shit on the break. Bang that shit. I was like,
wait, 5'9"?
Bang.
And I know the effort it takes for me to dunk, so I'll be looking at it like that's unbelievable. And I'm 6'7", so it's like
bang that shit, bro. I knew a girl named Aaliyah Butt. She went to Temple University. Matter of fact, she was like 5'5". She damn near dunked the basketball too. So
that's the one thing I never accomplished in my basketball career that I'm still regretting. I never dunked in a game off the dribble. I throw myself an alley oop.
Wait, you don't got vert?
Yeah. What do you mean off vert? Like just staying right under the rim?
Yeah, bro, you said dunk off the dribble.
I never wanted to dunk off vert.
Oh, all right. You didn't want to?
I've called a oop. I threw my no. Bro, I've never stood under the rim and said and be like, yo, I want to jump up there. Like, no.
Yeah.
I've thrown myself a oop. I've called a oop. I've dunked like off the dribble, but it was in practice. But I never did it in the game.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like, for me, I'll say this, I can dunk. It's not that hard to dunk, but like, you don't be thinking about that shit, Like, if I think I'm scoring, like, I'm not trying to waste my energy and get knocked out the air. Plus, niggas like to try to knock me out the air. You guys have both seen me get clotheslined several times.
I've seen it.
I'm cool off that, bro. I'm cool.
My thing is, I had an opportunity though, and speaking of Laundromat, I folded.
You folded. Did you miss
I had
it?
a break, and that's when I had my premium bounce. That was before y'all came. This was my sophomore year. I had my premium bounce. I had the break. I'm like, it was one of them layups where my hand is so clearly over the rim that like everybody like, yo, just turn that shit over.
Yeah.
I was like, let me get the layup. I should have punched that
So
shit. Knowing my career would have ended the next year, I should have just punched.
So that's
it.
one of your worst moments?
No, I'm saying that's something I regret. I should have punched.
Is that one of your worst moments as a basketball player?
Yeah.
So tell us about one of your best ones.
What's your greatest highlight? What's your basketball highlight? of your
47 points, high school.
47 points.
Plymouth White Marsh
I
record.
thought you
And we had league players.
Yeah, I like how he just said it like we just know.
Yeah, like,
Y'all niggas know. Y'all know.
They don't know.
Well, listen. I had
Don't do a long ass ant rant.
No. I had mad NBA players at my school. John Salmons. When CJ was in the league for a little bit. CJ Aiken. Jalen Bond is a good overseas player. I'm just happy to have this single game all-time scoring record. 47 points, 14 threes. Just a bucket all around.
Yeah, that's solid.
Against the number 2 team in the nation.
That's tough, bro. That's respectable.
Gave your school work too.
You did.
You was there.
You
was there.
I was watching.
Okay.
What's your greatest career highlight, bro?
Damn.
Or highlight. Like when I made this question, it was like it ain't have to be like your points. It could just be like a single highlight that you had.
Like your greatest moment.
Yeah.
See, I was gonna use one from my AAU days, but I feel like that's kind of cheating because I had a lot of niggas on my team.
Y'all was a bomb squad,
I
bro.
chose a more personal John, and like a more moderate John too. I hated my. Never mind. So in high school, I transferred my sophomore year to Chattanooga Academy, and we won 10-0 in the league, the first and only undefeated basketball season.
That's tough.
Okay.
Me and him really would have played together if I would have passed that test. I ain't passed it.
You ain't passed
I ain't passed that academic test.
You won state.
We would have been flamed, bro.
It sounds good.
We had a different state tournament than.
Yeah, it's 2
It
different
wasn't like the
things.
same joint. It was like a private school joint.
Yeah. Well, you weren't in the Catholic League in Philly? Was that what it was?
I should have went to fucking LaSalle, man.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. I guess my greatest highlight. I guess like we talking about those types of highlights. I was a part of like 3 state championships.
We had 25 against Kutztown.
Yeah, that's definitely.
I was in the crowd. I was talking crazy. Let's go, Cheese.
I had 25 in our last playoff game. We lost.
Bro, he seen me. I was in the third row. He seen me.
I was balling. And I guess like in general, my best highlights like in game was always like put back dunks. That was my job.
Oh, my greatest moment. Which came off the top of my head. In college, I had damn near a 30-point triple double.
I watched that vid, bro. He was hooping. You missed the
Wait,
dunk
what
free
was this,
throws,
high
though.
school?
Yo, I could have had 45.
This was high school?
40.
It was in high school?
Nah, this was
No,
in college.
I could have had like 45. I missed a bunch of.
That's on video?
Yeah, it's on video.
All right,
I
I'm
missed a
gonna
bunch
tune
of
in.
free throws. I was out there acting crazy.
Yeah,
I was
fine.
shooting and like just running around like this.
Yeah, he was wild, bro. He was on some shit. I watched that video. You should have made some free throws though.
Yeah, bro. had like 40.
They had 40 ball. And
I had
D1.
25 against Goldie Beacon at Bloomsburg. That's also one of my favorite college.
Was y'all playing Joey Getson though?
Yeah, I cooked him
Yeah.
bad. Ask him about
I
me.
had 20 and 1/2 at Bloomsbury. But anyway, man, I just wanted to.
Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, nah.
I
I just
they
wanted
said
to ask
that's
y'all
neither here nor
about
there.
that. Last joint about basketball. Who y'all think gonna win next year's shit? Early prediction.
Warriors.
Warriors. Okay.
Warriors.
That was my pick. That was my dark horse.
That's your joint.
I'm gonna go with my second dark horse pick, the Brooklyn Nets.
Brooklyn Nets. I'm going with the Lakers. You already know.
That was
You know what I
obvious.
mean? It's easy. I'm saying we're gonna
It's
repeat.
not easy.
It's not easy
Because we
against
might
the
get
Warriors.
Chris Paul.
bro.
They're saying we're trying to get Chris Paul.
not
I don't care. Chris
If
Paul.
we get Chris Paul, it might be very easy.
Chris Paul, Cliff Paul,
Here's the
Smith
thing.
Paul,
I don't think it's gonna
Steph
be,
Curry, and
I don't think
Ford.
it's gonna be that crazy. I don't think so. I don't think so.
You said you don't think it's gonna
I don't
be.
think it's gonna be that much. I don't think it's gonna be that crazy.
He's a shell of himself, bro.
It's not that. You think I was gonna do Chris Paul, but watch the photo because I was gonna ask y'all that shit because I knew you.
He was hooping last year.
I mean, Chris Paul is still very much very good. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I still like Rondo for y'all better than Chris.
I do too. I feel like Chris Paul is way too ball dominant.
That's what I'm
to play on
saying.
the team with LeBron.
Rondo will move it.
I don't agree because I mean we saw how he played with Rondo and LeBron was letting him rock out.
Rondo wasn't ball dominant.
Rondo.
He was, bro. Whenever he was in the game, if you peep, and I was watching these games, obviously.
So was I.
Rondo was like really running the team a lot, and he
But I
let
know-
LeBron do it too.
I
Chris
know
Paul
Rondo
let
not
him
gonna
do it
shoot
too.
though.
Huh?
I know Rondo not gonna shoot that, but it's not time.
That's the
to
thing.
But the
Chris-
difference is Rondo came off the bench. Chris Paul started.
He's gonna start, but Chris Paul
That's
can
a
play
big
off
difference.
the ball. If Rondo could shoot, maybe he would have started.
And
He
can
can't
Chris Paul
shoot.
guard like he used to?
I mean, we'll be fine with that, bro.
You think?
He's gonna be an upgrade over Rondo, guys. Like we just won a chip with Rondo. He's gonna be better than Rondo.
I like Rondo for his role.
Who guarded him this year? Be my man Caruso.
I like Rondo for his role. I like Rondo playing a
We
role.
won, bro. We beat them.
That's not gonna last.
Oh my god.
I like Rondo playing his role in
I like
LA
Rondo
better
a
than
lot.
Chris Paul because I feel like Chris Paul's gonna have to have his own kind of thing. Rondo just gets in where he fits in. I feel like y'all need that. I feel like y'all should keep everything how y'all have it. Really, y'all the best where y'all at right now. Just keep everything the same.
I think we should go after somebody like Chris Paul. I don't think we're gonna be able to win how we are.
So so let's say you give up mad pieces to get Chris Paul and it doesn't work out. Would you be sick if you could have just kept it the same?
yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I feel like just keep it the same. You won, just keep it the same. Until somebody beats you, keep it the same.
we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, man, y'all want to talk about anything else, man? This is kind of a long episode.
Pre-order my man B.Mckie album.
B. Mckie.
That's all I gotta talk about.
What's it? Is the name? for it?
Ambition.
Ambition.
Ambition. That's why they on too. Yeah, the joint album.
Yeah, we this the new
How many
version.
tracks do you want?
Me too.
Alright.
He's a rapper.
Alright, man. Holla at y'all. It's Esco signing off.
Yeah, man. It's Laundromat Sean K. Rules.
Hey McKee.
Make sure y'all subscribe. We out.